Well, hello. Welcome to Holistic Hub. My beautiful name remains Princess Dorcas, and with me today is.
Vicky Bears.
Yay! We welcome you back to
Holistic.
Holistic Hub,
Yep.
where our conversation is holistic.
Pretty much. Pretty
Yes.
much. So where we get the awesome conversations and just being real. And yeah, this is where we are naked and unashamed with Christ in the center, if you get what I mean.
If you get
So
what she means.
yes, pretty much.
Yeah. So we were having a juicy conversation about life, and we just decided, this time around, let's bring the people on board. So
Yes.
we are not going to tell you what it is, just dive right in and enjoy every bit of it. Trust me, it will bless you, and we look forward to having your feedback. Share with us.
And hope you enjoyed this podcast, okay? Stay
We
tuned.
love you. See you on the next one. Bye.
Bye. To that place where the adulterous woman was caught, you know, and they returned Jesus what she was caught in the act, by law they should do this and do that, and God was like, any of you without sin, throw the first
For
stone.
the first time. Hmm.
Like the one I said, God has already literally give us I do even before we say I do, and He's still doing it.
So yeah,
Very committed, very loyal, faithful. His love is not conditional. Our love is conditional. You know that. His love
yes,
is
no.
um.
See, we don't enter
Let's
love.
no no. Let's not go there. It's a love one, but let's not go there. See, it's a whole lot to uncover. Let's not go there.
Hey,
Let's not go
speaking
there.
of, it's true.
It's a love
They start
one.
choking us with Valentine's Day.
where where is your boo?
Valentine is coming. Hey, where is your boyfriend?
but
Voila.
but for real, right? Talking of love, nah, our world lacks true love. Oh. They do
See,
love.
the problem, I've come to summarize it like say, the scripture says, I'll paraphrase, but love your neighbor
Hmm.
as yourself. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I was sharing this with David some days ago. Me by myself, I don't diagnose my problem. I've come to I've come to realize that
Hmm.
I'm loving everybody around me
Mm-hmm.
but myself.
Oh yes, I
Like,
concur.
I'm giving myself, I'm selfless.
You
Like, even when
sacrifice
I'm not
yourself
even
enough.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
No sacrificial lamb, you don't do.
Ah, the
It
lamp don't
don't.
finish. The lamp don't finish.
Blood of finish. Oh, they don't suck me dry. you know. And I was like, nah. Like, this season I'm entering into, like, God, strengthen my capability, be a capacity to say no. Like,
That balance
nah,
is needed, though.
nah,
That
nah.
balance is needed.
And that's the problem with our world today. We
Mhm.
forget to love us yourself. So the reference of your love should be yourself. But we don't love ourselves. Then we love other people, expecting them to love us
In
for us.
return for validation.
Yeah. So instead, the task of you loving yourself, and then from the overflow of that pouring into other people, you pour into other people, and then you're expecting them to pour into you so that you can have an overflow. Like,
I think there are two categories to this.
okay, now
There are
you be the
those.
talk.
No, not really. Okay, what I'm trying to say is it's into two phases. Because there are those or two categories of human beings regarding this love thing. There are those that extremely love themselves. They become self-centered,
Mm-hmm.
right? They don't care about. It's all about me, 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 me.
I see where you're coming
You
from.
get
Yeah.
minding my business, just doing me, my truth, my this, my that. It's that's extreme self now speaking,
Yeah.
right? It's self destruct. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another part that don't even care about themselves. I just want to give. I just want to this to be happy. Self-sacrificing. Look at those two words. Self-centered, self-sacrifice. There is no balance. How does the
I
end
need
look like to
balance
you?
in my life. I need balance in my life.
No,
Continue.
how does the end looks like to you? Just look at those words.
Hmm.
Mind you, love still involves self and
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice, but it has to be centered, balanced.
Hmm. Hmm.
If not, it will choke
True.
because from the overflow you give.
Hmm.
But when you run empty, you're about to self-destroy it. You're about to die, pretty much,
Hmm.
because you have nothing else to give from.
Hmm.
So you have to keep filling. Fill up your cup. Fill up your cup. Be aware
Hmm.
of yourself. Be aware of your body. Be aware of your health, mentally, physically, psychologically, emotionally,
Spiritual.
spiritually. Take the break you need. Recharge. Renew your strength. Come back and start again. And I'm grateful that that was one thing I think men of God have started doing. Because they need the break too.
Yeah.
They need the break too.
Hmm. That's not even a time of God talk. There's one thing that is coming to my head right now. Girl, if we enter that topic,
They've
more
because no, do you
God.
know what I use them as an example because I okay I say mod let me not start this talk. Oh. Mothers mothers and leaders like of the church.
Yeah.
I think
Mm-hmm.
is them that sacrifice themselves more than
More.
any other human being in this world.
Hmm.
The
It's true.
genuine ones, so
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
not that fathers don't sacrifice, oh, but get my points.
Yeah. Like for example, a mother thinks, like even in a natural state, yeah, all she's thinking about is the welfare of the people.
Everybody else except herself because once everybody is fine, she's fine.
Like I don't know how it was for you, but you when you're eating, like they'll dish your own first. If it's not going to be enough, probably they miscalculated or one visitor came when your
Mm-hmm.
post food is ready, and then
They
they
can
will not
sacrifice
serve
their food.
everybody. And no. Mothers are trying. God bless our mothers.
God bless all the true mothers out there.
And then pastors, their own headache is the fact that everybody expects them to be everything.
To
They
them,
are the they are
except
the
to their own family.
therapist, they are the counselor, they are
Mm-hmm.
the prayer warrior, they are the leader, they are the one that are thinking for your life, they are your planner, they are your financial advisor, they are your lawyer,
Come on.
they are everything. Like yo, let's not even no, Dorcas, don't go there. Don't go there, please. Not tonight. No.
So, in essence, I think what we're just trying to say is God's faithfulness alone stands out in every situation. Whether
Mm-hmm.
loving yourself, to love yourself, you have to go into God, dwell, stay in His presence. He will teach you how to love yourself, how to do whatever it is that you find difficult to do.
I
And
think
tell,
I think wait,
mm-hmm,
sorry. I think that people don't get to love themselves. I mean, it's not a one-way street, right? But I think majority don't love themselves because they don't, in the first place, know who they are. And then there's the other school of people where they know themselves. They know, okay, this is probably the vision God has told me, the
Mm-hmm.
prophet about my life and all of that. And then they want to include, I think I fall in this second category where,
Mm.
I know myself, I know the value I'm adding. Like, I can see your life becoming quote unquote easier because
Mm-hmm.
of so and so input I'm putting in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then there's that other first set of people that they don't even know themselves. And at the end of the day, you know yourself, you don't know yourself. The foundation first is your relationship with God.
Mm-hmm.
Then in God you find yourself, in God you find your balance, in God all these things we're talking about, finding the balance, knowing how to arrive at managing expectations from people and loving them and all of that. I believe that if we solidify our foundation, which is our relationship with God, it will help us to navigate rightly. I don't know if that makes sense.
Right. It's our GPS now. So
Yeah.
once you yield to follow the GPS, you definitely get to your destination. But most of our
But I think
time, this generation, they question it that has to do with God, Jesus
we don't even
Christ.
get to our own
Are you
generation.
getting
That one is generation before also. This generation, we don't have any hearing capability with God.
Are you getting
My
my
pastor,
point?
my pastor, they here for you. My pastor said this. Oh, my mommy Joe, my mom. God, I know I enter this topic. I make I no cost trouble. I go break table if I enter this topic.
So let's go back
So
to our true topic now. Downtimes, right?
yeah, that's
So
what.
the
So
secret of going through downtimes, drawing strength in those times is just looking back at God's faithfulness and getting equity from that
mm, yeah, true.
because He did it before.
It's gonna do it
He's
again.
gonna do it again. At some time there was a time in my life that didn't really make sense. But I passed and I looked back. I crossed the Red Sea. I thought I was going to drown. I crossed it. I
Mm-hmm.
looked back. Oh, the enemy drowned, not me. And then I found out the lessons that was required. I saw the lessons that was required for me to leave Egypt in the first place.
Yeah. You know, one thing I used to do, especially when I'm going through like difficult times. I think I've shared this with you before. I'm like, when thing is like staying like for longer time,
Whoosh.
I just be like, I'm like, God, I beg, just help me. Whatever lesson I'm supposed to learn from
Let me not
this,
miss it.
let me just get it and move on.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing I've learned with God, so you go repeat class. If they try to teach you something, they tie your hair,
Répétez.
they fly.
Répétez après moi.
You go repeat class, and you will repeat, and that test will come to you in different shape form. You go repeat
Until
class
you get it.
until you get it before you can move on to the next. So I'm like, when I notice that, okay, this season is like, okay, this is becoming too long, like especially this season that I'm in, I'm like, God, I beg, whatever it is I'm supposed to learn from this situation, just help me pick on it and trust me, girl. Like, after I come to that realization, like, okay, this is more like a repetition of class, I don't stay long.
Mhm.
I don't stay long. This is
So
me
how
telling myself, this is what I need to do right now.
so how do you identify what you need to do?
In the midst of it, it will probably be an instruction or that God has given you, and you're not working on it, or you're not doing it, or there's a certain direction is leading you to, like, you feel God. I don't know, God speaks to everyone
Mm-hmm.
differently. So based on your relationship and your journey with God, how he's dealing, what his dealing means to you, and all of that. So you just know. For me, I just, oh, this is actually what this is. Okay, now I get it now. Then I now see it in the different things I've been through. That seems like, okay, this is like an hard time or something. And then I see the similarities, then I'm like, oh, this is what we are supposed to get from this, all this thing that is happening right now. You get? So, I mean, I cannot give a syllabus on that because me, I'm still learning God, and God's relationship with everyone is weak.
You know they finish.
You know the God, na romantic guy.
They finish. If we as a person can really sit to know this God, like study this God the way we go to school to study the course, whatever course we choose or field we choose to study in, right? And we identify the character just to understand the whole makeup of God. Not that you can't understand him, you get my point, but just to keep each character he displayed in the Bible, you know that this God is a complete God. And as he is, so we are. If he can forgive, we have the ability to forgive.
And the simplest way to arrive at that is to, like we were saying in the beginning, study like the journey and the processes of people in the Bible. Like I singled out Job and Abraham, like, because their journey is just different. You know, there's Esther also, you know, but I want day, because like, what gave you that boldness to just say, okay, if I perish, I perish? Like, yo, I'm going on a fast.
Esther she's a rascal.
Like, waiting for the guy they teach this babe where
she went undercover. Esther went undercover. She went to CIA.
Like, waiting for the guy know where they teach the girl. You know, is because everything she did was like more like, okay, you've been trained for this.
Pretty much.
That Mordecai herself, you know, they're not talk about her too much. They're not teach us.
No, I listened to a message. Was it yesterday that the minister actually pointed out this, how we need Mordecai's, we need Elizabeth, we need Naomi. You remember how Naomi told us to the field? You know, there are people in each character that really played a significant role, just like John the Baptist played a significant role in Jesus Christ's ministry.
See, the thing is, me, I understand like they played a significant role, but in the moment, they don't know what they are doing.
They were just yielding.
And in the moment for them also, they don't have Bible to go and say, okay, let me read.
Right.
Do you get? That's where my question is, and I'm like, okay, when I get to heaven, so I'm going to one of them one by one, say, what do you know? What do you see? Because their relationship with God was more or less like a discovery path.
But you know, Joseph had someone. That's the father. You know, right?
What did Papa know?
Papa Jacob that encountered angel himself, that built an altar for God. Of course, he would have passed his wisdom now, but that doesn't mean that Joseph is not going to know Christ for himself.
I'm talking about the origin of this knowledge. Like, I mean,
I can't answer your question, but I just know say
you get what I'm saying?
There was a knowing.
Like for Abraham, for example, I was chosen because God believed. It was Abraham, right? Yeah, that God believed that he would be able to pass on.
Because Abraham continued for where Papa stopped. Papa don't hear word. Papa was supposed to go to that place that God told him to go to, but he got stopped for Terra or whatever place he stopped at. So Abraham have to continue.
Wait, Abraham Papa no. Also. Now which is my question?
Question, not everything in Bible now. That's what we're saying.
For them, they don't have Bible.
Yeah.
Now we know all these things. We're able to dissect and.
But still, see where our faith level day. See where our belief level day.
I know, right?
When we have all these things, materials just before us, just to encourage us and tell us that this is actually real. This is real. This is real. And that's one thing I keep saying to people whenever we have discussions like this. The Bible will keep being a written word if Holy Spirit is not included.
Yes.
The Holy Spirit that will bring the words
your life.
Exactly. It's going to be like a letter, just written. But revelation comes when you include the spirit, when you include the spirit in your studying or just meditating, and the spirit of God will just open a chapter that you've never seen on that book before.
Yeah. And I also think that the truth be told, like thinking about it now or reflecting, these guys, they had a good um, generational linking. It's not like our own generation
Yes.
where
Yeah.
once you marry, now you and your family business, like your uncle, everybody is on
Their
their own.
family tree was really good. Yeah.
Their linking
Yeah.
was strong, was solid. I mean, there
Right.
was there was there was a solid relationship, but unfortunately our own generation, everybody's picking fight with everybody. Like they would rather spend for an outsider than spend
Your
inward.
family. Yeah.
Everybody want to be their own. The next neighbor is a suspect. Like
Mm-hmm.
even look at the quality of life that we have now. I mean, growing up, you can freely go to your neighbor's house
Man.
and
And eat.
eat and sleep like nobody's thinking about anything. But now you cannot.
Everybody's
There's that
afraid.
level of trust.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look at the time of when the angels came to Sodom and Gomorrah. That Lot insisted that they should come to his house and come out. Like you don't know these people from anywhere. You just there for
Hospitality
safety.
was on the high side.
Like they, or is it Abraham so that hosted? Okay, maybe Abraham sabi them small sha. But like these people are able to host themselves, welcome each other in. Or is it when they sent the servant to go and look for wife for
Isaac.
Isaac,
Mm-hmm.
and he went and it's like, okay, I'm from so 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 and so. I mean, before he even got to introduce himself, they were already showing him hospitality.
Acceptance was high. Yeah.
Yeah, but now it's like, why you in my business? Everybody fence their house. There is no community. So I think that's the difference. Yes, I get it now. But then
Relationships are no longer like before.
they had a strong generational line, and everybody learned from the people
Everybody, yes, before
before
then.
them. Like they, that's all they know. Now I get it. Now I get it. I get it. Thank you, Holy Spirit. There's a level of knowledge that is being passed. It's not just
But
you know.
in our own generation now, there's a lot of knowledge gap.
Yes, there's a knowledge gap, especially in the Christian faith. Unfortunately,
Right.
this
True.
our generation, like the generation of them, Catherine Kuhlman,
Girl.
Benin, all those ones.
Do you
They
know the
get
story
with
of
you.
Petricoma? Do you know the story of
Yeah,
Petricoma?
are you joking? Are you joking? I used to have, I don't know where it is, but I think I still have the software, the Ghost General. If you read that book, my sister. Anyways,
All right, this is becoming so long. I think we have to wrap up here now. If not,
Jesus, 41 minutes. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to break it into two. There'll be a part one, and then
oh, okay.
we'll leave part two. So that's why I just continue.
Oh,
But
okay.
anyways, let's go back to our normal chat. See you on the other side.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this podcast and well,
Yeah,
let us know whatever you picked out from this chit chat.
yeah. Send us your feedback. Communicate with us. I think there's I don't know what it's called, button or call to action or something where you can also send in voice notes as
Oh, that's
response.
nice.
Yes,
Yeah, I would
yes,
like to hear your own, thoughts,
yeah.
perspective,
Yeah,
opinions about everything we just rant about. Let's learn from each other.
exactly. It's a
All right.
learning curve.
Thanks for
Remember,
listening. Have a good one. See you on the next one.
bye.
Bye, Docas.